Mercedes have started the 2026 season with many, as many expected them to, claiming 2 1-2 finishes. The Silver Arrows converted top spots on the grid, with George Russell securing the win in Australia and Kimi Antonelli in Shanghai. Russell qualified 8 tenths ahead of Red Bull's Isaac Hadjar in third in Australia, but Antonelli was only 3 tenths ahead of the Ferrari in China. Ferrari, have seemed to be improving throughout the season as they got more used to the car. In the race, though, of course, we've seen the Ferrari take the lead, and then they've kind of been able to battle for a bit, but in the end, they finished quite far off in both races, although that hasn't been helped with strategy and battles, etc. It was the outcome many feared heading into regulations, and maybe dominance is now kind of the way it's going to be this season. Hamilton is confident that Ferrari can catch Mercedes, while Norris conceded McLaren is very far behind. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one throughout the season. I think a lot of this comes down to the power unit and whether the other teams can compete them in that. Because we've seen, I think, throughout quite a lot of this season, is that Ferrari is actually probably the strongest car throughout the chassis section. I think there's a graphic on F1 TV that said they were making plus 0.65 on slow corners for Mercedes throughout that, which is very impressive. So, but I think at the same time it just highlights the dominance the Mercedes power unit has, and of course that's the main thing as well. For me, I think this kind of comes down to 3 things. First of all, will there kind of be any rule changes after Japan, as that's been talking about? Maybe having less dependence on the electrical system, going from 50-50 to maybe 60-40, which definitely could help. I think Ferrari out and maybe lower Mercedes' advantage. The other question is, of course, the compression ratios. There's supposedly going to be changes after June. I think it depends based on what team you ask. Ferrari would say that's probably giving Mercedes a big helping hand, but I think Mercedes say it's giving them very little helping hand. So yeah, it kind of depends who you ask in terms of that one. So yeah, I think that's a question of we'll have to wait and see. Personally, I don't feel like it will be like a massive impact. And of course, the other one is upgrades. We've seen in the past Ferrari haven't been able to keep up with upgrades, but I think this year they seem to they've got a very good base. We've seen them being innovative. They've got that rear wing to come, etc., etc. And there also is a catch-up scheme for power units that may be lagging behind for them to upgrade. So Ferrari will have more than Mercedes. Of course, Ferrari finishing 4th in the Constructors last year, that's definitely helped them out as well. They've got more aero testing time, at least for the first half of the year. So that's some encouragement for Ferrari. At the same time, I don't think you can discount the other teams. Red Bull at the moment seem to be miles off. They're just don't seem to be the same team anymore without the likes of Nue and Washe and the team. So personally, I think it will be a struggle for them. They're still obviously learning about new power units as well. I think McLaren, though, we've seen what they can do in terms of in-season development, and with that Mercedes engine they've got, they are going to be quick in a straight line. There's no doubt about it. So if they can figure that out, if they can develop that car at the previous route, I do firmly think they can get in the mix. I think Ferrari have the potential to as well. I think Mercedes will have the advantage, but there definitely are factors helping closing up and avoid years on years of Mercedes dominance. So I think there is a chance we could well see a competitive grid by the end of the year. Whether it will be enough for those teams to close up and possibly cause a title fight, who knows? But I think Mercedes definitely can be caught this season. Let me know what you think down below. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.